When we think of Brazil, we think of football, coffee, and the Amazon forest with countless struggles for survival in one of the largest ecosystems in the world. But scary nature is not only found in the Amazon. About 30 kilometers offshore from Sao Paulo, there is an island much more terrible than Amazon. In today's video, let's explore the world's scariest venomous island, Brazilian Snake Island. Brazil Snake Island, the most horrifying place in the world. This island has more than 400,000 snakes, and I would like to remind you that there are about 400,000 of the most poisonous snakes in the world in Brazil. It is both fear and curiosity of adventurous tourists. This island has a quite long name and is not easy to read. The name of this island is Ilha da Queimada Grande. From now on, I would like to call it Snake Island for short. This island is 45 hectares wide, located alone in the South Atlantic Ocean. From a distance, this island is very peaceful. With this peaceful appearance, this place would have been an attractive tourist destination in Brazil if it did not contain up to 400,000 poisonous snakes. Previously, this island was called Burning Island, because fishermen tried to take possession of the island by burning forests and chasing wild animals into deep forests. But with countless poisonous snakes, this place is known by another name, Snake Island. How scary is this island? In addition, this island is also known by another equally haunting name, which is Death Island. According to estimates by scientists, for every square meter on the island one can find 5 snakes. However, a scientist visited this island and said that this density is exaggerated, 1 animal per 1 square meter would probably be more reasonable. But even 1 per square meter is extremely scary. With each poisonous snake, a person is no more than 3 steps away from death. This island is famous for being the only habitat of the golden lancet viper, a snake known as one of the most venomous snakes in the world. Although the golden lancet viper is in danger of extinction in other parts of the world, this island is considered their paradise, where they can freely reproduce, and there are probably no other species. Who dares to touch it? But what is beautiful is often poisonous. This snake can grow to be more than half a meter long, and its venom is 5 times more toxic than other species living on the continent, because it only eats birds instead of mammals. The venom of this snake is toxic to the blood and toxic to the nervous system. The bite will cause painful swelling of muscle tissue and the skin will melt, accompanied by symptoms of vomiting, intestinal bleeding, and kidney failure. In short, it can kill most prey. However, this snake's venom also has a surprising usefulness. In addition to their high value in research into antivenom formulations, they are also used to develop anticoagulants. Currently, due to habitat degradation, illegal animal trade and disease have significantly reduced the number of this venomous snake in many parts of the world, except for the Snake Island of Brazil. In addition to the golden lancet viper, the Brazilian Snake Island is also home to many other snakes, all of which are classified as venomous. To explain this terrifying abundance, one hypothesis is that, about 11,000 years ago, snakes were trapped on this island when rising sea levels submerged the area connecting the island with the mainland. The isolation of this island and the presence of snakes have made it one of the most despicable places in Brazil. A place like in the horror movies you often watch. And is considered the world's top scary cemetery. Stories of unfortunate people. Brazilian people often tell tourists 2 stories about people dying from snakes on the island. The main character in the first story is a fisherman, who went to the island to pick fruit to eat and was bitten by a snake. The fisherman hurriedly ran back to the boat. His relatives found him missing for a while. A few days later, they found him dead on a floating boat and lying in a pool of blood. The second story is about the lighthouse keeper and his family. There is only one lighthouse on the island, and there are almost no people living there. That was the period in the early 20th century. One night snakes attacked the man who kept the lighthouse and his family, and since then no one dared to come to this island anymore. The residents have been here since when? According to Business Insider, there is a legendary story circulating throughout Brazil, which is the origin of snakes. Specifically, many local fishermen believe that the presence of many poisonous snakes on this dangerous island is due to pirates. For the purpose of protecting the safety of treasures hidden on the island, ancient pirates released many poisonous snakes here. However, this is still a big question because when the owner of the treasure returns, they also have to face nightmares called poisonous snakes, nightmares created by themselves. Although snakes make up the majority of the island, one of the big challenges for snakes on this island is that they do not have many prey on the ground. Local birds are very aware of the danger of predators on the island, so they often avoid this place or are on high alert. Only flocks of migratory birds visit the island to rest, after a long flight. Easily become a victim of snakes. To find food, snakes will crawl up cliffs or high rocks and attack their prey. Researchers believe that because of the difficulty in finding prey, the venom of snakes must have evolved to be extremely toxic enough to kill any prey instantly, and it is the venom of the snakes. This causes no other species to be found on the island except those that have lost their way here. WHO can go to Snake Island. Over time, the golden lancehead viper on the island becomes more and more powerful, and their venom becomes more and more terrifying. But people still find ways to set foot on Snake Island, because the more curious they are, the more they want to explore. So who can come to the island? Because of the potential danger, surrounded by thousands of poisonous snakes, the Brazilian government has banned people and tourists from setting foot on the island. Therefore, currently only this country's navy and experts have researched in detail the golden lancehead viper and learned about the extremely unique pristine ecosystem of this dangerous island, or scientists. Filming, but the person assigned to protect the lighthouse is allowed here. However, in case they are approved, they are still advised to have a doctor accompany the group to promptly handle dangerous situations. And one more recommendation is that they should wear protective clothing. With all these recommendations, this is a destination that is both good and bad. Why is the symbol of the medical and pharmacy industry a snake? And in today's video, also related to snakes, we will find out why the symbol of medicine and pharmacy is a snake. In the medical and pharmaceutical industries, the symbol is a snake. The symbol of the medical branch is a snake wrapped around a stick, and the symbol of the pharmaceutical industry is a snake releasing venom into a glass. Both symbols have been around for a long time, and for a long time they caused controversy. So why did the ancients take the snake as the symbol of medicine and not another animal? According to an ancient Greek anecdote, the son of Apollo, Asclepius, was the father of medicine. There is a story about him related to snakes as follows. One day he was walking on the road to visit a friend when he suddenly encountered a snake. He held out his stick and very quickly the snake wrapped itself around the stick. However, this god beat the snake to death. Immediately after that, he saw another snake crawling and holding a piece of grass to save the other snake's life. After witnessing the incident, he searched for that herb to cure people. To honor this god, people carved a statue of him holding a stick with a snake wrapped around it to commemorate him. His wife raised a sacred snake in the house to cure illness. She later became a goddess, a symbol of preserving human health. The symbol of the medicinal branch is a snake spitting poison into the cup, which is a metaphor for the miracle medicine that saved the god's entire family. No matter what story the symbol of the medicine branch is associated with, the snake is still considered a symbol closely related to human health. This animal symbolizes ingenuity, health and rebirth like a snake shedding its skin. Each time the snake changes its skin, it gains a new life. And that is the story of the terrifying snake island in Brazil, along with related explanations about snakes being the symbol of the medical and pharmaceutical industry. Thank you for your interest in following the story. If you find it interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to follow the following stories, which will be more interesting and interesting. For now, goodbye and see you again.